Okay, moving on to question 6. So question 6, if we have a rectangular prism, we can say that the volume is length times width times height, because length times width is the base area, and then just times the height. Surface area, we also have a formula. It will be the top and bottom. So the bottom is L times W, or the top is L times W, right? And then we just times it by 2, plus the front and back. So front is going to be L times H, and then we times it by 2 because it's front and back. And then finally, I also have left and right. The right piece is just W times H, and then we times it by 2. So if you still remember how to factor, you can factor the 2 out. Factor the 2 out, you get LW plus LH plus WH. So you really just multiply each and every single one of them, each and every single combination, and then you add it up and you times it by 2. So these two formula will be very handy for question 6. And I would expect you to be able to memorize them. 6a. So what's missing is surface area. I can just use this formula. 2 times L times W, so 8 times 5, plus L times H, so 8 times 3, and then plus W times H. That will give me the surface area. And I can just type this into the calculator. I get 158. This will be in units square. The volume is just length times width times height, so x times 5 times 3. And we get 120. This will be in cubic units. That's it for 6a. 6b is very similar. We just use the formula. Surface area is 2 times width, length times width, plus length times height, plus width times height. And the volume will just be length times width times height. Surface area is 2 times length times width, so 8 times 4, plus length times height. So this will be just 8 times h, plus width times h, width times height, so 4 times h. We don't know what h is. And we don't know what the surface area is. So maybe I'll just simplify this a little bit. I get 32 plus 12h. We can multiply in, I get 64 plus 24h equals to the surface area. So I'm going to stop here for now. I'm going to go to volume first. Volume will just be length times width times h. So we get 32h, and we were told that volume is 192. So now I can divide both sides by 32 to get h equals 6. So once I have h equals to 6, I can also find the surface area. 64 plus 24 times 6. That will give us the surface area. We get 208 units squared. And the height will just be 6 units. D. So again, I would just say surface area equals to 2 times length times width plus length times height plus width times height. And we don't know what the surface area is. So we get 3 times L is 3L, 9 times L is 9L, 3 times 9 is 27. 3L plus 9L is 12L plus 27. And then we distribute in, we get 24L plus 54, right? You multiply the two in. The volume is length times width times height. We were told that volume is 189, and 3 times 9 is 27. So now we can just divide both sides by 27 to find L. L equals 7. So surface area is 24 times 7 plus 54. We get 222 units square, and your L will just be 7 units. E. Surface area equals to 2 times L times width plus L times length times height. So I'm just plugging in the numbers, and then plus width times height. We were told that surface area equals to 168. So 9 times W is 9W, 9 times 2 is 18. And what is that? W times H. So that's W times 2 is 2W. So we have 2 times 9W plus 2W is 11W. Now we can multiply the two in. We get 22W plus 36 equals to 168. And then now we can just use our algebra skill to solve for W. I can move the 36 over to the left-hand side. And then divide both sides by 22. We get W equals 6 units. So now we can move on to find the volume. Volume is just length, which is 9, width we just figure out is 6 times height. We get 108 cubic units. And then F. Again, surface area is 2 times length times width. The width is 4 here. Plus length times height. Height is 8. Plus width times height. So 4 times 8. Surface area we were told is 160. L times 4 is 4L. L times A is 8L. And 4 times A is 32. 4L plus 8L is 12L. We multiply the two in, we get 24L plus 64 equals to 160. So 24L equals 160 minus 64. 24L equals 96. Then we divide both sides by 24. We get L equals 4 units. So now volume is just length, which is 4, times width, which is also 4, and then times height, which is 8. We get 128 cubic units. G. So surface area is just 2 times length times width plus length times height plus width times height. So 4x times 3x is 12x squared. 4x times 2x is 8x squared. And then 3x times 2x is 6x squared. We add it up. 12x squared plus 8x squared is 20x squared plus 6 is 26x squared. And then 2 times 26 is 52. That's the surface area. Volume is length times width times height. So the volume is 24 x to the power 3. And that's it for question 6. I will see you in question 7.